Good morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are safe and fine at your home. And I truly believe that you must have observed and carefully seen all the videos till date. This is our part number 9 of chapter number 3, Physical Fitness, Wellness and Lifestyle. And I hope you must have understood the meaning of physical fitness, wellness and lifestyle. So let us first recapitulate what is physical fitness. Physical fitness. Second term is wellness. And third is healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle. Got it, students? So let us understand what is physical fitness. Physical fitness is a capacity of an individual to do work with efficiency and joy along with pleasure. So if someone is able to perform things, if someone is able to perform a work or a task, even though he or she had already performed an extensive work, then what it will be? It will be called as physical fitness. So how will you judge a person to be physically fit? So the person is only physically fit if he or she possesses a joyful nature or a power or a capacity to perform work with joy and pleasure after a stressful work, right? So what is physical fitness? Physical fitness is the capacity of an individual to do work with joy and pleasure after a stressful work. Next is wellness. So as I already earlier told you that wellness is a vast term. It is not only related to the relaxation of mind, but it is a wider term. It has a greater meaning. And wellness, in short, I would say, wellness is balance of mind and body. It's a kind of relaxation to our mind. It's a kind of relaxation to our thought process. It leads, the objective of physical education, that is, this psychological balance, that is mental balance, physical development, social, development, and emotional balance. So if someone who is physically, developed, mentally stable, emotionally stable and channelized, and the next thing is socially interactive, then we can say that the wellness can be achieved. So wellness is a vast term. It is related to the balance of body and mind, balance of thought process, control of an individual over its life to lead to a positive and avoid negative waves around us. Lifestyle. Now what is this lifestyle? So lifestyle is what is lifestyle? It is something that is related to your way you live your life. Got it my point? So now what is healthy lifestyle? See, healthy lifestyle is a very important concept to learn. Healthy lifestyle is related to the practices, healthy habits that lead an individual into a kind of peace, a kind of relaxation, and a kind of feeling overall well-being. Okay, so healthy lifestyle is related to peace of mind, healthy habits. Now the point comes here is what are the different healthy habits. So a healthy lifestyle, the different healthy habits is to wake up early in the morning, go to early to the bed. Okay, it means I would like to say go for sleep early in the morning, go for rest properly. So one should have a good amount of sleep, one should have a good amount of food, have a good diet, right? Next thing to be concerned here is avoid pollution, be eco-friendly. So these are some good habits, and these habits will inculcate some moral, some positive aspects in the life of a person, which not only helps an individual to deal something which is lead himself to the prosperity, to the harmony of mind and life. Definitely this healthy lifestyle is the main goal of a person. A man can't prosper until or unless he possesses a good health, because health is the only thing which cannot be purchased, will have to earn it. So if you are a physically fit person, it means you must possess a good amount of strength, flexibility, coordinative ability, and the next one is endurance, right? So if you have all these 5 components in your physical appearance, you are And if we talk about this wellness, so wellness is the vast term. It is related to the balance of mind. You will have to be, interactive. You will have to be interactive with your thought process, your ideas, your conduct, everything, which lead you into wellness. Okay, it gives a sensation to live the life completely. Next is the next point is healthy lifestyle. So now, what is this healthy lifestyle? Healthy lifestyle is totally related to the healthy habits to be alive, right? So healthy lifestyle is something which is very important in the life of an individual. Got it, dear students? So now let us come and understand the component of health related fitness. Okay, so this is the last theory lecture, right? So what we are going to learn today is the components of health related fitness. So let us come and understand the first concept, that is cardiovascular endurance and heart or lung endurance. So before that, I would like you to know what is endurance. See, endurance is totally related to overcome fatigue. Overcome fatigue. So endurance is the ability of an individual to overcome fatigue, right? Now the point is cardiovascular endurance. Now let's just take an example. Generally, I ask my students to go for the morning walk, go for a run, have some good amount of warm water with honey. People generally neglect it. Why? Do you have the answer of this question? No. Why? See, to go for a morning workout, to go for running, to go for some good kind of exercise, some extensive kind of exercise on the regular basis is really very, very important, because human will have to work for lungs, will have to work for our internal organs like heart, excretory system, intestine, stomach, digestion, right? So it is very important for an individual to give a workout for a particular kind of organ, right? So let's say if I am speaking about the respiratory system or a cardiovascular system. So there are 2 or 3 terms come: stroke volume, tidal volume, cardiac output. How much breath you consume, how much carbon dioxide you expel out. It is a point to be considered. It is a point to be noted. It is a point to keep in mind that why these things are so important, why these things are taken in physical education. Cardiovascular endurance, what is this, and what are the general daily life example of this? If you are playing football, it is the example of cardiovascular endurance. If you are playing hockey, it's the example of cardiovascular endurance. If you are running for a longer duration, let's say you are running a 600 kilometer, right? Or if you are running a 600-meter race in a ground of your school. So it is also a kind of cardiovascular endurance, right? So one will have to do workout for the cardiac output. Got it? So it's an ability to exercise entire body for a longer period of time, right? So whichever activity which is totally related to the cardiac output, heart or lungs, there will be the longer duration. So whenever we were talking about the endurance, okay, so it is totally related to the longer period. So these are some exercises which are related. These are some exercises that we have done for a longer period of time. Got it, dear students? I hope you have understood the things. So now let us understand what is this cardiovascular endurance. We were talking about the long-term endurance, that is the long period endurance, right? So it requires a strong heart, strong lungs, proper blood vessels, fresh blood vessels, what I should say here, and clear blood vessels, right? To supply the oxygen to the blood. Now the point come here is to understand the relationship between this heart and the lungs. Okay, so as you all know, from the nostril we take breath, right? So let me draw a figure here. Let's say this is the nostril. Okay, I'm gonna I can make it here. So let's suppose this is the nostril of an individual. This is the face, right? Now we have lungs here. Okay, and there are a lot of blood vessels. Okay, so we breathe from this nostril, right? We breathe in with this nostril. Now after breathing we inhale. Okay, these oxygen will go into our lungs. There are alveoli, alveolus, bronchi, bronchus, right? So these oxygen will go inside. It diffuses with the blood vessels, right? It diffuses with the blood vessels, right? So this oxygen goes into the bloodstream and then carbon dioxide also comes out, right? So let's take a deep breath. Inhale. You'll have to do it with me so that you can really experience, and the session will be interactive, right? So again we are going to inhale. Exhale. Got it? So here you got the concept that whenever we inhale oxygen, this oxygen will goes into our lungs, it diffuses with our blood, then after it diffuses, it will give energy and do a lot of things that is required to our body. After that, there will be the energy production and there will be a whole lot of things happen there, right? So what I would like to tell you here is to have a good lungs, to have a good heart or a good cardiac output, it is very, very important to be healthy and active. We should go for a physical workout on the regular basis, which is very, very important. Got it? So now let us understand the next thing, that is the activities. Activities to improve physical fitness, and the area include you can go for running, you can go for swimming, you can go for different kinds of aerobic activities. So to go for different aerobic activities, right? So let's say if I am telling you to do it once, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also a kind of aerobic activity, right? If I told you to do it like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? These are some kinds of physical activities. These are some kind of aerobic activities which lead you to the maximum output of your cardiovascular system, right? So let's say if I'm doing it like this, I'm taking my leg up, I can take my another leg up also, right? So what is this? These things will help you to build up some of your muscles. It gives you the exercise of your heart. It will give you the exercise to your lungs. It builds up your good lungs. Good lungs in the sense I am talking about the different capacity or the ability of our muscles. Let's say which kind of muscles are there on the heart. So the cardiac muscles are there on the heart, right? So it will help us to boost that. It will help us to improve that muscle, the functioning of that particular muscle. Got it? Now let's come on the next point. In the next point, a person must to have an activity on a continuous for a minimum to 20 minutes, right? For a minimum 20 minutes within their pace or something, or targeted muscle, something else. So before it, what I was saying you, I was telling you to go for running. So one should go for running on the regular basis, which is very, very important. Second thing is swimming is also a good exercise, aerobics is a good exercise. So for the component of health related fitness, that is healthy lifestyle, you must go for running. If you are able to swim, if there is a place for swimming, you can go for that. Children from class 3rd to class 7, it is very necessary for them to go for swimming as a necessary compulsory part for them, right? Dance is also a nice activity, so one should go to energize themselves and etc. So go for aerobic exercise. Particular day, you just divide your days into different ways. Like for 20 minutes, Monday I will be going for aerobic exercise, Tuesday I will be going for swimming, and Thursday I will be going for the next thing, that is running. So we will have to go for the different kinds of activities for a day. We need to make this sports the integral part of our life. Otherwise, we will not be prosper. See, it's very important to be healthy, because without a good health, you can't prosper. Because the good soul, the pure soul, the purity of soul depends on how you are, how you are based on. What I would like to say here is, this is something that leads you. The pure heart will only exist in a healthy body. Okay, so that is what I would like to do. Right now, let's come on a person must go for the continuous exercise. Right, so a person must go for different kinds of exercise for minimum 20 minutes. So if you go for a workout for 20 minutes, which lead you to sweating, which could be a extensive workout, and so many things, right? So you must keep in mind that you will have to go for a 20 minutes workout a day. So a person must do the activities continuously for a minimum 20 minutes within their pace. So it's not a competition going on. So you will have to run very fast, and you will have to show that I am doing that or I am doing so whatever you are doing. You must have to perform things properly according to your pace. Whichever kind of activities you are doing or going for, you will have to do things according to your pace, right? Let's say you are joining. We are taking two examples. First is of gym, second is of yoga class. So let us suppose you are visiting a gym and you started doing gym for a month. So in the first day, initial day, you will have to go for the treadmill, then for the cycling, then you will have to do some dumbbells. That's it, 2 sets or 3 sets with a low weight. Run cycling or treadmill run for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, right? So things will be smooth according to your pace. You will have to take care of your body and you will have to conduct the event for yourself. You must have to think which act is good for you and which act is not good for you, because it is your body and you will have to feel that if I perform this activity in this pace, right? I am just asking about the speed. Okay, so whichever speed you want to take, it depends on you totally. That this space, space. What I say, this kind of we can say this kind of speed, pace, right? We need to maintain, right? So this is totally about the targeted heart rate zone. Endurance cardiac outputs activity should be done for a minimum 3 days per week. So we should go for, I have just told you that within a week, after 3 days in a week, we should go for the endurance, for our building up our endurance. Second thing, we'll have to think that any of the 3 days within the week you can take for the doing exercise for the heart. The mile or the pace, it depends on you only how you would like to go for, right? Let us come and think on the next thing. Is very important is cardiovascular endurance. So I earlier told you that this endurance are of 2 types. What it is, students? This endurance are of 2 types. And what are the types of this endurance? This endurance are of 2 types. The first one is short-term endurance and the second one is long-term endurance. Long-term endurance. So if I am talking about a short sprint, 50-meter dash race, so this is totally belongs to the short-term endurance. If I am talking about the long-term endurance, it will be, totally depends upon the 600-meter run, cyclotron, marathon, etc. So this is what the concept that I told you about the physical, that is our components of health-related fitness. Got it, dear students? Okay, so it's very important to understand this concept are very important, right? So what we had studied today, we had studied what is endurance, what is physical fitness, what is lifestyle, what are the types of physical endurance, that is short-term and long-term endurance. We had also keep a look over heart rate and lungs. We had understand the concept behind the heart rate and the lungs. Got it? What is the next thing? It's the ability to exercise entire body for a longer duration of time. Got it, dear students? It's very, very important to go for a longer duration of exercise to lead a healthier as well as a happy lifestyle. Got it? I hope you understand this concept properly. Now, let us move on the next topic. Good morning, dear students. So let's begin. Let's continue with the same topic that we were doing. Now we have to learn about the BMI, that is the body mass index. Got it, dear students? What we are going to deal about? Now we are going to learn about body mass index. It is one of the most important factors to understand that whether we are obese, whether we are underweight, whether we are healthy weight or something, or combination of this one, right? So it's very, very important to know here what is the BMI of an individual, right? And we are going to learn about the components of health-related fitness, that is the body composition. It's a percentage of fat in the body of an individual. Now what is this percentage of fat decide? These percentage of fat lead an individual, to have a problems, that is many kind of illness, heart-related problems, lungs-related problems, and many more. Got it? So what I would like to have a stress here is this body composition is the percentage of the body fat, that is fat compared to the body tissues lipocyte, such as bone, muscles, etc. So if a people who have a high percentage of fat in their body, they likely to be more ill, they likely to have more problems, they are tired very soon, they are angry very soon, there are a whole lot of problems in their life. Why? See, when the deposition of fat is increased in your body, it leads to severe health related problems. The problem related to diabetes, the problem that may be high blood pressure, the problem may be different kinds of problem could be happening. So one should go for a regular exercise for that. If you want to delay, if you want to remove these all problems, so you must go for the physical workout. Now what is this obesity? So obesity is the excess amount of fat deposited in a body of an individual. What is obesity? It is the excess amount of fat deposited in the body of an organism. The people who are having more kind of fat in the body, they are likely to be more ill, and that rate is more. What is that rate? The number of death per thousand of people in a particular area. Exercise and healthy eating habits to improve the body composition, right? So if someone goes for the proper diet, that is a balanced diet, and go for a regular exercise, will definitely be able to cure the kind of fat that is in the body of theirs, right? So what is this? How to maintain a body weight? If someone is so obese, so how he or she will reduce his weight and eat healthy? So one should go for the balanced diet. Balanced. Now what is this balanced diet? This balanced diet is the consumption of micronutrients as well as macronutrients, right? Micro and macronutrients. Micro plus macro. So if someone who is consuming micronutrients as well as macronutrients, then the diet would be balanced. Consumption of low calories, right? Consumption of sometimes people what generally people do, they consume more calories than required for body. That will lead definitely a problem to their life. So if you consume less amount of food, then don't sell less amount of food. We should go for a proper balance diet, first thing. Second thing is, if you take large calories than required to a body, definitely there will be the problem called obesity. If you consume a less amount of calories or equal amount of calories that required to your body, then there will not be any kind of problem. Got it? So what the important thing to understand, to take a consumption of calories is very important. Now this fat can be calculated by measured by the calipers, right? And BMI also. So let us take an example that an individual having a 70 kg weight. What is the weight of an individual? 70.5 kg. Okay. So 70.5 kg weight of an individual, and the height is 1.82 meter, right? And see, what is the formula for the BMI? That is body mass index. The formula for BMI, that is body mass index, is weight in kgs upon height in meters square, right? So let us suppose the height of an individual is 1.82 meter and the weight of an individual is 70.5 kg, right? So the BMI will become 70.5 divided by 1.82 multiply 1.82, because the height should be meters square. So why you go for the square? It is simply multiplied by 2 times. So 70.5 divided by 1.82 into 1.82. If in the second step, what will be happen? 70.5, and if you multiply 1.82 into 1.82, the answer that you will be getting is 3.3124, right? So 3.3124. Now when we divide is 70.5 and 3.31214, when you divide it, you will get 21.3. That is the healthy range of weight. So the individual who is having this, let us suppose this height 70.5 kg and height is 1.8 meter, then the weight of that individual is healthy. That's good enough, right? So this is the way we calculate the BMI of an individual. This BMI divides a person into 3 categories. First is endomorphic, second is mesomorphic, and third is ectomorphic. So there are 3 kinds of people in the society. First is endomorphic, mesomorphic and ectomorphic. Now what is this endomorphic? Endomorphic, it means a person who is obese, having large round shaped body, having the abdomen region is so large, they are having a lot of fat deposited in their body, they have round neck, they have a lot of deposition of fat in their body, and they have generally good in strength related things, and they are not good for the endurance based activity at all. Let's talk about mesomorphic activities. Now what are these mesomorphic activities? So this mesomorphic activities is related with the fit fine individual, right? So let us talk about the mesomorphic individual. So a mesomorphic person would be strongly built. It means they have a good amount of strength in the body. They have good shoulder strength, chest strength, very muscular arms and leg, little fat in the body too. They are medium in height, narrow hips, narrow little back and side to side. They have a good strength, speed, agility, that is coordinative ability, right? So if we think or if we say they are almost very good in all the kinds of activity because they are mesomorphic, it means they are physically good. Mesomorphic sustains low body fat level and easily they can gain or lose weight. If they want to gain weight, it will be very easy for them. If they want to lose weight, it is also very easy for them. So this ectomorphic person, now the third category of person, that is ectomorphic person. So they are related with the individual who have a long, slender, thin thigh, forehead, okay, recording chin, narrow shoulder and hip, narrow chest, narrow abdomen, everything, thin arm and legs, little or lean muscle and very low fat in the body. They have very low, they are very thin, बहुत दुबले होते हैं ऐसे लोग, right? So these kinds of people, they have less strength, perhaps they are not suitable for strong activities. Ectomorphic dominate in endurance and flexibility activity, thus good in long distance running, right? So let us talk about how this height is measured. So how the height is measured by stadiometer, weight is measured by weighing machine. This flexibility is measured by flexometer, bone is measured by bone caliper, fat is measured by skin fold caliper, strength is measured by dynamometer, blood sugar measured by glucometer, chest beat is mapped by stethoscope, right? So these are some different types of somatotypes. So somatotype means the definition of personality types, right? So here you can see the personality type is endomorphic, mesomorphic and ectomorphic. Endomorphic, mesomorphic and ectomorphic, right? So here what we need to think in mind, the personalities are of three types. If the BMI is good, then the person is good, right? If the BMI is not good, the person is not good because he or she will have a problem related with lot of things in the life. Got it, dear students? So now we're going to learn about the next thing, that is the muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, cardiovascular endurance, sit-ups, push-ups, etc. So now let us come in the endurance, let us come in the ocean of PE, let us come to learn the topic, that is muscular endurance. So muscular endurance is basically the power of your muscles. It is basically how much force you can exert towards your muscle. So let's say if I am able to hold this duster, right? If I am able to hold this duster up and down, my muscles are possess that much kind of power that I am able to hold it, right? So it is also a kind of strength. If I am pushing this board, but I am not able to push it because my muscles do not have that power as much this ball has, right? So this is also a kind of strength. As I earlier told you, the strength is of three types: explosive strength, strength endurance, and maximal strength. So these are the three kinds of strength that we had already studied. So if we talk about the muscular strength, we can check it by push-ups, we can check it by weightlifting, we can check it by some kind of pull-ups or sit-ups also, right? So muscular endurance is totally related with the amount of, it's the ability of your muscles to have a resistance. There should be a resistance in your muscles to push something, to lift something. There should be a kind of it could be a kind of power in your muscle that you can lead something, push something, pull something, right? So it's a kind of action of I hope you have understood already what is force. So force is something, it is a push or pull action. In the same way, if your body is able to push something and pull something, that is comes under this muscular strength. Now it is come on muscular endurance. So muscular endurance, it means completely breathing, respiration related point with our muscles. See, whenever you go for the 600-meter run in the ground, you are continuously running. You suddenly start feeling pain and just below your stomach region, right? So it is just because of the lactic acid started deposited that side. Next is flexibility. So it is the ability of our joints to move in a maximum range, and it is the examples we can take is active flexibility and passive flexibility. What is active flexibility? Active flexibility, it means a person is active already, so he or she should able to perform the different kinds of function, different kind of exercise that he could perform. If we talk about this passive kind of exercise, so passive activity is something which is related to the stretching with the different partners. So in this passive flexibility, individual perform exercise when the partner is there, when the helper is there, and he or she could only perform this exercise when there is a partner is there. And the next thing that we need to understand here is, here the partner is required, here the partner is not required. It means in active flexibility a person is able to perform different kinds of activities, but if we think about the passive flexibility, right? So in passive flexibility, the individual is not able to perform exercise himself. He or she required a partner, a helper to perform the different kinds of exercise, right? So in the component of physical fitness, we have three things that I would like to tell you, and it's very, very important. Let us make a whole circle chart so that it will be more comfortable for you to understand, right? So first thing to build up, this component of health related system is running. Second thing is warm water in the morning, warm water with honey, right? Third thing that we should take is exercise. Third thing is complete, kind of digestion, complete digestion. Proper functioning of cardiac, that is heart. Proper functioning of heart, proper functioning of lungs, proper functioning of lungs, proper hormonal secretion, proper hormonal secretion. These are some key points which help us to understand what is the different health related components. Some other things are also here that I would like to add in this horizontal bar. You can see strength, endurance, speed, flexibility, and coordinative ability. Which ability? Coordinative ability. So here what we need to understand, we need to understand these following topics so that you will be able to understand the components of health related fitness. Okay, so now let us understand each and every point in detail. First is running. Okay, so as I told you, running is a heel action, okay, or toe action. Running is a toe action. What is running? Running is a toe action only. We have to run on toes, right? Next is honey with warm water with honey. So when you wake up early in the morning, you should take warm water and you will have to mix some 1 or 2 spoon of honey in that, so that what happened, you will be able to remove your waste and some kind of hormonal secretion. That is, see, when you woke up early in the morning, there is a lot of what we called it saliva in your mouth. That saliva consists of salivary amylase, right? This salivary amylase, when you take this honey with warm water, it goes into your stomach. It helps to improve your digestive system. and lead you to feel fresh and remove all the naturalness waste. So an individual who is from 5th to class 12th or up to any age should have 3 times of sweating in a day. So sweating 3 times in a day. Got it? So if you are sweating for 3 times in a day, then we can think that you are physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, constituently and organically fit and fine. Right? Next one is proper hormonal secretion. Hormones are the chemical messengers. These are the chemical substances which are present in our body. It leads an individual to functioning, each and every individual of your organs of your body to working properly. If we have hiatus growth, there is a growth of our body, there is hormonal secretion and it is done by the growth hormone. There is testosterone for the reproductive system. Okay, so there are different kinds of hormones secreted in our body for the proper functioning and for the specific functioning of different body structures. Proper functioning of lungs. So lungs, it's a kind of oxygen inhaler. It brings oxygen into the body through the nostrils. And this oxygen goes into the body and remove the excess of carbon dioxide and the amount of carbon dioxide from the body. Heart function. So there is a connection between the heart and the lungs. Lungs and hearts working together. One is pumping of the blood and second one is giving oxygen to the body. Right? So they work together and do it efficiently. Next is complete digestion. So there are a lot of gastric juices, there is a lot of juices which is secreted during the process of digestion of our food. Like let us take a simple example, that HCl. So HCl helps to digestion and it helps to clean or kill the germs present in the food. Right? So each and every disease comes out from the stomach. It means if your digestive system is not proper, there will be a lot of problems. Right? So first and foremost thing is digestion. Now the question comes is, what is digestion? So digestion is a process in which an organic or a complex molecule converted into a simpler one. Okay. So when the organic molecule, or don't say organic, it's a complex. Let's say complex. So when complex molecule converted into the simpler one, we call it digestion. Now the 5 factors. There is a factors of physical fitness: speed, strength, endurance, flexibility, and coordinating ability. These are the 5 fitness index which lead an individual to live a healthy and happy lifestyle. First thing is strength. So what is strength? Let us recapitulate it once. Strength is the ability of an individual to overcome resistance. What is endurance? So endurance is the ability of an individual to resist fatigue. Now what is fatigue? It's the amount of lactic acid which is deposited in your body. Right? Now next is speed. So what is speed? Speed is something that is to ability to perform movement as fast as possible. Flexibility, so it's the ability of a joint to move in a maximum range. Coordinative ability, it's the ability of our muscles to perform work with perfection and efficiency. So what we had studied today, we had done with the components of physical fitness, right? So component of physical fitness, there is muscular strength, there is endurance, cardiovascular endurance, and different good health related exercise like strength, like running, walking, jumping, some combination of these exercise, proper hormonal secretion, proper functioning of different internal organs like lungs, hearts, stomach, intestines, etc. Complete digestion will also help us to live a healthier and happier lifestyle. So we had discussed about all the points, that is the components of health related fitness, which were very, very important to learn, and I hope you all have understood this. Right? So always keep in your mind that BMI play a very important role, and one should think about this BMI, that is body mass index, so that you will be able to understand whether you are endomorphic, whether you are mesomorphic, or you are ectomorphic. Because when we talk about endomorphic, a person is totally obese, he has lot of fat deposited in the body. When we talk about a person who is a kind of problem with the body, that is he is mesomorphic, it means he is particularly fine, he has a good amount of physical fitness. And when I am talking about ectomorphic, so ectomorphic are the kind of person with those who are very thin, they have slender or very low weight, they are not good at all for any kind of activity. Let's say strength, they very poor strength they possess, right? So it's all about today's lecture. Thank you so very much for watching the session throughout the time, and have a good day. Bye bye.